Morning world, it's Tuesday the 28th of February 2023 and this is my astrological forecast for the coming month of March. I've been waiting a long time for this month to come because it's all change. A lot of things are going to change this month, big time. And at the moment, at the end of February, it's difficult to see quite how the world's going to be at the end of this coming month. But I feel surprisingly optimistic. So let's look at what's actually changing and then let's try and make sense of it. Every planet in the sky, bar 3, is going to be changing sign this month. The sun, as it does every month, will change sign, and because it's March, the sun is going to move from Pisces into Aries. This will happen at 9:26 p.m. UK time on Monday the 20th of March. It is the spring equinox, the vernal equinox spring equinox in the northern hemisphere. It is 0 degrees of Aries, the start of the astrological new year, and I will come back to that statement in a bit. Mercury will also be changing sign this month. Mercury will move from Aquarius into Pisces on Thursday, the 2nd of March, and then it will whiz through Pisces and move into Aries, moving into Aries on Sunday, the 19th of March, same time as, almost exactly as the sun moves into Aries. Venus is changing sign this month. Venus will move from Aries into Taurus on the 16th of March. So far, so good. Sun, Mercury, Venus changing sign. Well, what's uncommon about that, one says? Right. Mars is going to change sign. Mars has been in Gemini since late August of last year. Mars normally spends 6, 7, 8 weeks in a sign, depending on its closeness to the Earth and its closeness to the Sun from our perspective. Mars has been in bloomin' Gemini for about 7.5 months. And now Mars is leaving Gemini. Now in the short term, he's really going to be impacting on those of you born from, say, the 10th to the 21st of June, September, December and March. Yes, but at the end of this coming month, Mars will leave Gemini. He actually leaves on the 25th of March and moves into Cancer. And those people born in very early Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, Aries are really going to know about it as you get into the last week of March. But I'll be quite sad to see Mars leave Gemini because it's really, in this last 6 months, made people concentrate a lot more on the Geminian superficial communication of the social media. And it's made us realise that actually not everything we realise on social media is true, and that much of it is a deliberate attempt to influence us in a way that is not agenda-free. There's been a lot of subversive and coercive attempts to manipulate individual ways of thinking in this last 6 months, and hopefully with now Mars moving out of Gemini, we're going to start seeing a decrease in the severity and the immediacy of this. Jupiter is not changing sign. Jupiter's rocketing through the middle 10 degrees of Aries. So those people born in the first 10 days of April and July and October, yes, and January are all going to be knowing about Jupiter this month. But then, in my experience, Jupiter tends to promise more than it delivers and goes over the top. That's not to say it's not a strong influence. Much more significantly, Saturn is changing sign, and I'll be doing another video on this straight after this one. Saturn is going to move from Aquarius into Pisces on the 7th of March. This is a major transit. Saturn will be leaving Aquarius and will not be returning into Aquarius for the next 27 years. I can hear all the Aquarian cheers a long way away. he will be moving into Pisces. Saturn's not that comfortable in Pisces, but it's going to be bringing some interesting changes to the way we deal with and see the world. More on that in this video that I'll be doing straight after this one. Uranus is not changing sign. He's sticking in mid-Taurus, bringing to an end a lot of disruption, drama, chaos for a lot of people born in the middle of Taurus, Leo, Scorpio and Aquarius. It's been going on over this last year. And Neptune is also not changing sign, staying at the end, moving towards the end of Pisces, finishing off the difficult transits for people born, I don't know, a week before the end of Pisces, Virgo, Gemini and Sagittarius. So Uranus, Jupiter and Neptune not changing signs. Pluto is going to be changing sign. Pluto will move from Capricorn into Aquarius at the end of this month. The actual date of the transit will be the 23rd of March. Of course, he will then stand still, go retrograde back into Capricorn, and then later in the year stand still, move forward, move back into Aquarius, before yet again retrograding back into Capricorn and then into Aquarius again next year. So this is a 2-year transit. Nevertheless, this is the start of Pluto leaving a sign. Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008. This is going to lead to major changes in the way that we see our world and deal with our world collectively. And I will be doing a big video on Pluto moving into Aquarius later this month. But let's try and put all this together. We do have a concentrated period where a lot of planets are changing sign. We have 5 planets changing sign in 8.5 days between the 16th and the 25th. Venus on the 16th, Mercury on the 19th, Sun on the 20th, Pluto on the 23rd, Mars on the 25th. And this is going to lead to a very big change in the way we perceive the world and the world dynamic. Now, there's no one fixed theme here. I mean, Mars is moving into a cardinal sign, Pluto into a fixed sign, Saturn into a mutable sign. There's a lot of shifting into water, with both Saturn and Mars moving into water signs. But there's no one general theme here. Instead, I suggest we're looking at a growing sense of transparency. We're going to become more and more aware of the way that we individually and collectively feel about large-scale situations. I do feel that with Mars leaving Gemini, there's going to be a lot less hype and spin and a lot more, not so much factual, but clear understanding of what's really going on in the world. I also feel that with Saturn moving into Pisces, in particular Pluto moving into Aquarius, the new world order that has been touted for many, many years is going to start becoming more and more of a reality. And we're going to start seeing inescapable conclusions beginning to dawn around certain areas of major conflict in the world at the moment. However, I do retain a positive outlook on all of these transits. I do feel that this is going to lead to a better future collectively for the planet, and this is perhaps epitomised by the moons of this month. The full moon in Virgo around 1 p.m. UK time on Tuesday the 7th of March is at 16 degrees of Virgo. This will be strongly trining Uranus, and I see this is a really positive full moon. I don't see any challenges here at all, and it should lead to an element of conclusion in a number of areas that have been bugging a lot of people for the last 6 to 8 months. I suspect we will see some situations in the world closing down, and there will be some signs of relief. This full moon coincides with Saturn moving into Pisces. The full moon will happen about an hour before Saturn moves into Pisces. So it does talk of endings and new beginnings. The new moon will happen immediately after equinox. The new moon will be on the 21st of March at about 5:30 p.m. UK time, and it will be conjunct Mercury as well as the Sun at 0/1 degree of Aries. Bearing in mind that so many planets are changing sign around this time, but I cannot help but see this new moon at the very start of Aries as the start of a whole new beginning. This new moon will be strongly sextiling Pluto. It'll be conjunct Mercury. It'll be loosely conjunct Neptune. There's nothing to dislike about this. This breeds positivity. It harbours the option for a lot of initiation, a lot of novelty, a lot of originality, a fresh start. And for many, many of us, individually and collectively, anything that we start, launch, begin or initiate around the 20th and 21st, particularly the 21st of April, should actually take off. It seems a very good time. So, cautious optimism. How many times have you heard me say that in the last year? Right, on to the Saturn video. Catch you later, world. Bye.